In the hotly contested under Rs 10,000 segment for smartphones, the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime has been reigning supreme for some time now. However, the introduction of the Lenovo K6 Power sort of upsets Xiaomi's apple cart a little bit, if not entirely. Agreed that the Lenovo K6 Power is a good Rs 1,000 more than the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, but it also does offer a little more than the Redmi 3S Prime, in the form of a Full HD display compared to the HD one on the Redmi 3S Prime and an 8 megapixel front-facing camera. We pit the two together to find out which one comes out on top. Before we talk about any other aspect of the K6 Power and the Redmi 3S Prime, let's take a look at the design of both the smartphones. Both these smartphones come with a compact body thanks to their 5-inch displays only, and most importantly, they come clad in metal. Now what that means is that your phone will be sturdy and it will also last long. Now the other interesting thing to note is from the front you'll notice that both these smartphones look very similar, but on the back the design is sort of different. Let's turn that around and show that for you. You'll notice that the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime has a smaller camera at the top, whereas the Lenovo K6 Power has a larger camera up in center, and below that is the fingerprint scanner. What this means is that the whole look of the K6 Power sort of looks more cohesive and it looks better, and also there are two speaker grill at the bottom as well. Apart from this, the other difference is the fact that the micro USB port on the K6 Power is on the top compared to the Redmi 3S Prime. One of the major reasons why the K6 Power costs slightly more than the Redmi 3S Prime is the fact that it packs in a full HD 5-inch display compared to the HD 5-inch display on the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. Both these displays are pretty good actually, but you'll get a crisper display of course thanks to the fact that it is full HD on the K6 Power. You'll notice that the colors are slightly more vibrant and slightly better on the K6 Power compared to the Redmi 3S Prime. We also notice that the viewing angles are better on the K6 Power. Overall, at least according to our first impressions, the K6 Power's display feels a lot better than the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime's display. Internally, both the smartphones share the same DNA. Both these smartphones come with a Snapdragon 430 processor and come with 3 GB of RAM as well, which should be enough for most tasks. Also, one thing to note over here is the fact that both the smartphones come with 32 GB of internal storage and the ability to expand to 128 GB using a micro SD card. Both the smartphones also support 2 SIM cards as well. Coming to the software on the Lenovo K6 Power and the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, both these smartphones run Android 6.0.1, which we can confirm for you over here. The Xiaomi smartphone definitely comes with MIUI 8, whereas the the Lenovo K6 Power comes with something called Pure UI. Now Pure UI is an upgraded version of Vibe UI. What this means is that it is very close to stock Android, which we kind of like compared to the Xiaomi, which doesn't even have an app drawer. Both these software actually provide a lot of interesting new features. For example, one of the very interesting things that we like about both the software is the fact that once you check the feature inside the settings of the Lenovo K6 Power, you'll notice that there is something called a dual app profile. What this means is that you also notice that the Redmi 3S Prime has the same feature as well. What this means is that on both these smartphones you can run 2 instances of the same app on the same smartphone. So for example, if you want 2 WhatsApp accounts or 2 separate Telegram accounts, you can possibly do that. Here we've set up Weibo on the Redmi 3S Prime, and here we've set up Google Play Store. Let us show that to you. You'll notice that there are 2 Weibo apps out here, and you'll notice that there are 2 Play Store apps here as well. Apart from this, the software itself feels snappy, and there is the animations feel good as well on both these smartphones. There is not much to separate the two. Now let's talk about the camera inside the Lenovo K6 Power. It is a 13 megapixel shooter with an f/2.0 aperture. It uses a Sony IMX258 sensor, which is also used in a phone like the OnePlus X. It's very fast to focus and also holds on to focus fairly well during the video mode. There are tons of modes that Lenovo has bundled with the phone. One of the very interesting new additions is the Pro mode. The other stuff are the Art Nightscape and the Artistic HDR. Let's jump into the Pro mode and show you how that works. You sort of get this semicircular wheel when you touch the ISO setting, or you want to change the exposure. This semicircular wheel can be manipulated to change granular level controls according to your desire. Now let's just step out and show you how the phone actually takes a picture and what the detail levels are inside it. You'll notice that it is fairly detailed. It holds a good amount of detail as well. This is a studio setting that we're talking about. There's a decent amount of light as well. We haven't done a complete comparison with the Redmi 3S Prime yet, but we wait for our full review to know that. Now let's take a look at the camera of the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. The Redmi 3S Prime also comes with a 13 megapixel f/2.0 shooter. One of the things that we notice on the Redmi 3S Prime is that it is slightly slower to focus compared to the Lenovo K6 Power, which you can notice that over here. Xiaomi also offers a good amount of modes, just like the K6 Power, and it also does offer a manual mode. Let's just jump into the manual mode to see how the implementation looks on the Redmi 3S Prime. You can choose your ISO levels. Once you do that, you'll notice that it is just a line of ISO points that you can choose, which is not as good as the circular implementation on the Lenovo K6 Power. We sort of like the Lenovo K6 Power's ease of use for the manual mode much better. Let's jump back to the regular mode and take a shot and show it to you. You'll notice that the camera shoots fast, but not as fast as the Lenovo K6 Power, but it does hold a good amount of details as well. On the front, the Xiaomi comes with a 5 megapixel shooter instead of an 8 megapixel one on the Lenovo K6 Power. Now that we've done a preliminary comparison of the Lenovo K6 Power with the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime, we know for a fact that despite sharing similar DNAs, the K6 Power can actually give a tough competition to the mighty Redmi 3S Prime. However, do note that we haven't done a complete comparison and you might want to stay tuned to our channel for more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below. Until then, it's Airshot signing off. Ta-ta.